Some friends of mine were surprised to see that I was making opal videos, and they told me that I should go back to my roots and show you some of my opal arrowheads, which is the very first thing I ever made out of opal. I thought you'd like to see some of them and hear a little bit about them at least. Most of these were made with inexpensive opal, and by that I mean something in the $300 an ounce range. Some of the beautiful opal that you've seen in my videos, at least some of it, is up to $40,000 an ounce. So $300 an ounce is relatively inexpensive. Opal arrowheads make fine pendants, and they're beautiful. This is an unusual piece of meant to be dark base with stripes like a zebra, as well as the color. This particular one is a large piece of cupripede that I happened to get better opal than I was expecting, and made a 2-inch long 55 carat arrowhead out of it. This was pretty much ordinary cupripede opal that looked better on the inside than it did on the outside, and that's how you get bargains with rough opal. With rough opal, what you see is what you get, and you usually don't see much. So you might get material that's better on the inside than it looks on the outside, but you may get worse looking opal on the inside as well, and that probably happens more often. This is meant to be dark base. You saw the other side of it a second ago. Makes a nice arrowhead, and the red is a true red, and as is this cupripede arrowhead that has true red. With opal, reds maybe orange is considered red. So anyway, this is andamuka, beautiful andamuka crystal streak, but you can see the potch along the top, and once again this was inexpensive opal. This particular one I bought as a small parcel, and it was probably more expensive, probably in the $600 an ounce range. I bought 2 of them, and it kind of shows that. This is Gilson synthetic opal. This Gilson flakes very well. It looks really good, but it's fake, and but it's expensive. It costs more than most of the opal here. And this last one is one that my wife wears about every 3rd day. I thought you'd like to see some examples of what I started with before I made the arrowhead and what the result was. This is a piece of meant to be dark base. It turned out to be sort of a gray, but on the outside it was dark. But once again, you never know what you're going to get on the inside. And on the inside, this one, well, it's better than $400 an ounce opal. That's for sure, although it is still white opal or maybe semi-crystal. This is another one of the one I showed previously that's a slightly higher grade than what I've been showing you. And actually, the 2 arrowheads at the beginning were both made out of this material. And this is one of them that's 6 carats and almost about 1 inch long. It looks pretty good. This is the other of that parcel. Pretty colorful, but still white opal. But what I got was a very, very impressive arrowhead that's semi-crystal with these sweeping streaks. Beautiful color. Very happy about that. My very first opal I made into an arrowhead. I heard you could make arrowheads out of opal, so I went online and I found some opal. I bought this piece of meant to be dark base, $188. That's $400 an ounce material. To make an arrowhead, I'm not going to go into the details in this video, but you have to make it so it's convex on both surfaces so that the flakes go across it and cover the front. And as you can see, I've done that here, and this is a sort of a preform, what you get before you put a point on it and put notches in the bottom. And this is the final result here. It's not a very good picture. I apologize for that. A jeweler put a collar, a gold collar on it, but it looks pretty good. But this is my hobby for 20 years of more or less, among other hobbies, but making arrowheads or flintknapping. And I got into it after we moved to Texas, which has a lot of flint. But after I made opal arrowheads, I realized that there's too many small pieces of opal that couldn't be made into arrowheads, so I went to conventional cutting. And that's about all for now. Let me know if you want a video on making arrowheads.